everybody. This is Objective Reviews, taking a look at the Alabama State University Sensational Stingettes Week 3. They had a home game, but they did a faith and family type field show with a lyrical performance. However, they did attend the Battle of the Bands where they did a what we would call, I guess, a traditional field show. And we're going to take a look at that performance since they had limited performance opportunity at their football game. Before we get into the Stingettes performance, I would like to invite you to subscribe to my page. There's a little red arrow in the bottom right corner that you can click on. I really appreciate it. And we also want to take a look at their scores from the previous 2 weeks and see how they've grown before we look at their field show. As you can see, we're looking at one of their stand performances from the Battle of the Bands that took place over the weekend. And the Stingettes have really cleaned up in the stands. The crabs are starting to look very, very good. And I think that's awesome. We'll talk more about those things in a little bit. Additionally, I just think that if they had auditions just a little bit sooner, that they might have a better shot at coming out of the gate looking like this. Nevertheless, here are the scores from weeks 1 and 2. As you can see, they've had some growth in some places and some decline in some others, and we'll see how they did this week.
Beautiful and sensational Stingettes.
All right, let's see what we got going on. Already, it's taken a long time to get on the field. I feel like that was wasted time because half of the team couldn't even be seen if I'm in the nosebleed seats. Like this is from the first routine. Look like they took some pieces from both leg holds. Either you can hold it or you can't. Like the energy and the choreography so far, looking good in that way. Let's see this first transition. Didn't end up in their spots on time, and then some of them were falling out of their turns. You saw somebody on the left hand side had to pretty much jump over there to their spot. Still liking the energy though. This circle didn't really go well on Call Me, and I don't feel like it fit this song. They definitely took some choreography from both routines and put it together. You can see the spacing issues around here. Still loving the energy though, but I think this should be cleaned up a little better than this. Let's see the leaps. A couple of them in the back were not reaching full height potential. And I know that's probably an audition staple for many teams. Alright, let's dissect this a little more and see what we think about it. So I decided to put week 1 and week 3 routines side by side to kind of take a look at what's going on here. First thing I want you to notice is that the content of week 1 is already surpassing week 3. Look at how much they've done in the same amount of time. Now, week 1 routine is a few beats per minute faster, so it may not line up completely, but they spent the whole 8 count on the right side in the leg hold. They've done a whole bunch more choreography. So the choreography suffered in this week 3 routine. They had the same transition issue, as you can see. So I think that needs to be taken out if they're going to do this routine again, but I doubt that they will. I just think that the week 1 routine had a lot more energy and excitement. There's going to be a little link in your right hand top corner. I want you all to vote and let me know what you think. Do you think that week 1 had a lot more energy and excitement than this one? Do you think week 1 routine was better choreographed than week 3? Let me know. I just think that they kind of dropped the ball on this one. I don't know if they had other priorities during this week or what, but as you can see, the week 1 routine definitely shines a lot more than this and just looks a lot better. But again, that voting link came up a couple of seconds ago. Go back if you need to. I want to know what you guys think. After this, we'll get into the scores for the week. Before we get into this week's scores, I just want to make a quick comment about the Stingettes style. I'm starting to get a little confused. It looked like they were bringing back the 2012 and 2013 seasons kind of more along the bucking sides of what they do in the stands and on the field for that matter. And now it looks like in this performance, anyway, they've softened up a little bit. And I think it's going to be important for the Stingettes to decide what they really want to look like. They're playing the same songs so far at this point in the season. So I know that it's important to have some variety. However, I just wonder how they define their style. Is it a mixture of a softer style like what she's doing now with a little bit of edge to it? Or is it more bucking style? People like to say that the Divas are influenced by some of the SWAC Big Three teams, but I think the Stingettes are too, and that's just my opinion. I think they take as much influence from other teams as the Divas do. And I'm going to be doing a video on that, so stay tuned. People call the Divas out for being influenced by the Dolls, but I think that the Stingettes are influenced by the Dolls and the J-Sets. People don't say it as much because they definitely have carved out their own niche as it's related to that. However, it's still there. But into this week's scores, let's see what we got. And now for this week's scores. I must say I was a little disappointed in the Stingettes field performance this week, and I think it's something they should pay more attention to. 6 points for showmanship, just wasn't there on the field. Formations and spacing have not improved, so they got a 6 there. Technical elements, I got a 5 because of execution issues of those leg holds and those pirouettes. People were falling out of them. Creativity and wow factor, I gave a 5. You can go back to my side by side of week 1 and 3 and, let me know what you think. And overall presentation, I gave a 6. I don't know. Look at that total score. Do you all think that that's what they should get? I'm not sure. I think that they definitely have some work to do on field work, and somebody needs to be watching from up top because after 3 weeks in the game, I don't think that formations should be looking like that, and there should definitely be some adjustments. As always, thank you so much for watching. Please like, subscribe, and share, and I look forward to bringing you more great content.